What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. So today I have another one of my wife's knives here with us. This was purchased recently for her birthday, and of course I wanted to show it off to you guys. And I've actually got to do a little bit of work with this knife, which is why it hasn't been put into her rotation yet. But yeah, let's go straight into it. CRKT, as typical, they don't have much going on with their packaging. It is very simple stuff, so we're not going to spend much time on this at all. I apologize for not already having it out of the box, honestly. So this is the CRKT Ibis. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Doesn't really matter, honestly. G10 steel liner or steel frame lock. Got some really nice teal pivot collars. This is from our friends at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Picked it up from them with a couple of other knives, I think, all for her birthday. So we're going to jump right into this thing, and then we'll talk about kind of what I need to take care of on it here. So let's go ahead and take a look at it close up here. So you've got some really nice texture G10. Again, there's that kind of greenish teal pivot collar. No real jimping on the flipper. Would like to see some jimping on the top there. The jimping that is on the back is fairly functional. It does grab you a little bit, but not the greatest. But the texture on the G10 is really fantastic. And it looks like we've got T6 hardware. Got a little, I mean, it's a lanyard hole, but it looks like it could be also meant for more of a, you know, potentially like some sort of an attitude adjuster or something of that nature. But it is a really nice, looks to be an aluminum backspacer with that, you know, attitude adjuster slash pivot or slash lanyard hole. Going around, we do have a folded steel pocket clip that is pretty doggone good. Let's see. Don't really feel that pocket clip, honestly, so it is well done there. Not deep carry, but it is, again, that folded steel. You do have inset flat screws, no lefty love, of course. And then you've got, again, your steel frame lock cutouts and everything. Look here, and then of course your touch of color there. Now this is a Burnley design. This is to go with the Squid Compact that we got her earlier in the year at Blade Show. So here you have sort of a drop point. It's almost like a, yeah, it's a drop point, sheep footish, but it's got a nice bit of belly there. Swedge, CRKT branding, stonewash blade. This is a 14C 28N blade. So there you have the model number, Burnley Designs. I don't think it says 14C anywhere on it, but it is 14C. Yeah, they don't say it anywhere on the box either. So anyway, not a whole lot of sharpening choil, but you do have a little bit of sharpening space there. The grind for the sharpening looks pretty good. We're probably going to have a little bit of issue with the tip there. Yeah, so your tip's not going to be quite perfect just because we are a little high on this grind right here. And then you can see here on this side we're a little lower. Outside of that, on the back side here, it looks like we're a little off as well. So not a perfect factory grind, but not really looking for perfection on this stuff. It's just something to note. Tip's a little hard to see, but there you go. You can see that it is pushing over, favoring the clip side a little bit. So let's go ahead and back on up here. Overall, a very attractive looking knife. My wife really liked it. I think she actually seen it at, I don't know if it was at Blade Show or if it was just seen it online or through one of the YouTube videos when I was watching it. But she does really like it. She loves that coloration. Again, it matches her Squid Compact very well. It's the exact color. It's the exact match. So we'll probably try to get the others in this collection at some point. But you're looking at a 3.1 inch blade, 7.2 overall. It's about a 3-ounce knife. So pretty doggone lightweight considering everything. being a steel frame lock and everything, but it is pretty light because there are no liners. If you can see here, there's no liners on the G10, so you don't have anything other than just the one side of steel there. But onto what I don't like about the knife, or what I need to change, is the detent is absolutely atrocious on this thing. So it is very, very light, almost non-existent detent. It's just for her, she can't flip it. Thumb stud action, if you get in behind the thumb studs, it works really well. It whacks out there with authority. And flipper, if you know how to, if you're really good at using a flipper, or you're really used to it, you can get it to flick out there. But if you don't, if you don't put a little bit of lock bar pressure on it, or you don't, light switch it really fast, then it's not going to rock it out there. But if you put your hands on that lock bar, apply that pressure, then you have a little bit of detent. So we're going to go ahead and adjust that detent real quick here while I've got you guys. So we're going to fast forward straight through that, but I do want to check the hardware here. So all of our hardware seems to be good. I think I checked it before I did the video when I was thinking about doing everything here, but everything seems to be good. The T6s are all good, and the T8 is good. So, but luckily we do not have to remove the pocket clip, so we're just going to come in here, take out our screws on the back spacer. So far everything is nice and easy to remove. Screws are the same size. Yes, looks like the screws are the same size, so you don't have to worry about that. And we'll go ahead and adjust, or take a look at our pivot here. Got some Loctite in that thing. Alright, we'll just go ahead and leave our T8 on here. Maybe, there we go. Alrighty, and this thing just blew apart when I took it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this time to pull it apart and clean everything up. Go ahead and well, everything. So it is a captive pivot, but of course it is only captive on the frame side. So you have to make sure that you have that in there. Now we do have a washer or an insert on the G10 side, since there's no steel frame or anything of that nature. Now, speaking of cost, this is a $70 knife. I think $72 to be exact. So not a super duper cheap knife, not a very expensive knife. It's a little more, a little pricier than what you would typically see for 14C and G10. But quite honestly, it is CRKT, so that is to be expected. They're typically a little on the high end for their pricing, but I mean, again, as long as you know you're expecting that, it's not a huge deal. It's not like extremely overpriced. It's just a little bit on that high side. Let's go ahead and put our blade back in here. A bit of oil on that. Alright, so I'm just going to slide this over out of the way so I ain't got to worry about it for a few seconds. So what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and just pull it in here so you guys can see. So I'll see where the lock bar is at currently, and then I just want to move it just a hair. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull it off screen here and just try to bend it out just a hair. Or excuse me, not bend it out, bend it in just a hair. Get a little bit more lock bar pressure. So we can see slight difference there. Maybe too much, maybe too little. We'll find out. The other thing I like to do is I do use a little bit of KPL heavy on the pivot, or excuse me, on the detent track. So hopefully this allows her to be able to use this knife a little bit better. And I appreciate you guys for the response with her collection updates and everything. Seems like a lot of people really like to see what she enjoys, kind of seeing the female perspective of it. So maybe one of these days we will convince her to come on and do a video with me. I'm just realizing I'm zoomed in. But we'll see. So hopefully this will get it, like I said, hopefully this will get it back to where it needs to be. Or at least get it closer anyway. Let's get that like far. So I can say that that screw needs to be a little deeper inset. So there's a little, even though it's tight enough, it's not got any, it's not loose, it's just not deep enough to really give you a whole lot of access. So you do have to put a lot of inward pressure when you're tightening that pivot screw. So just be aware of that. Make sure you're using really good quality screws or really good quality drivers, and or paying close attention to what you're doing there. Let's see. Thumb stud is still good. There we go. Okay, yeah, I think we're good on this. Yep, that's perfect, I think. I hope. Well, let's find out. See if I can get her to come in here. Let's find out. All right, well, it got the seal of approval. She is able to flick it out without any issues. So, and then the action is way, way better now with a little bit of oil and a little bit of detent tuning. A little bit of pivot tuning there too. So, all in all now for me, and I can kind of mirror for Jaleesa as well. It is a pretty ergonomic knife. You do feel that, I didn't think you did at first, but you do feel that pocket clip there a little bit, at least for me, right in the kind of in the meat of the hand. But it's not hateful or anything there. It is just there, you feel it. You don't have any jimping up here, right where your thumb, at least where my thumb goes. But if you come back, you've got some really big jimping back here. It's not really functional, so I could, do with or without it. It doesn't really matter to me. In the left hand, of course, it's perfect. It's kind of hard to screw that up. But there's no real hot spots or anything like that. Very ergonomic knife. Burnley does a fantastic job with his designs. And then this one is just executed really well. It's a very beautiful knife. Like I said, it just needed some help with that detent. CRKT usually does a really good job on their knife sharpening. This one is no exception. Well, now it's not one. There we go. It's sitting there lying to me now, but you guys can see it. It's cutting up just fine. I wouldn't expect any less. Like I said, her little squid compact was a really great job on that, and that video probably just went live very recently as you guys are seeing this. So anyway, all right, well, that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy these videos where they're a little bit longer, but I go a little more in depth to the knives and how I kind of get them tuned up for our use. But as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Please remember, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, get those notifications going. I hear a lot of people saying they don't get notified when I post videos. And guys, I do videos every other day. So every other day there's a video uploading. So there should be no reason why you don't get any notifications or why you're not seeing any of my content. Like I said, it is uploading every other day with shorts and other stuff coming whenever I feel like doing it. So yeah, so check out the links, all that good stuff. But most importantly, just remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Take care.